Bella, she's doing good. She's liking it. Take a look at this. Isn't that water beautiful? I hope the wind isn't tearing it up, the camera. I don't know what it can take and what it can't anymore. Look how pretty that is though. We're at Cayuga Lake. I stopped and got a little something to eat. But hey, there's that great big steeple from last year. Remember that rascal? Wow. Yep. Yeah, early in the year this time. It was summertime when I was here last. I think it was summertime. It certainly was later than this. Look. Loons. I missed them. I didn't see them coming in time to get them, doggone it. But two beautiful loons just went by. Isn't that something? I don't know. I doubt I got any on the film, but maybe. Well, I don't think I got to worry about ticks in here. I should hope not, at least. There wouldn't be much for them to do to be in here, but I'll check and see. I don't see them on my legs. Oh boy. Well, guys, what an amazing day, huh? What an amazing day. I even saw a fella, I think his name is Dennis, from the little wee church I used to go to years ago, and we got to visit, have a good time. He prayed for me before we left. Nothing wrong with that. I'll take all the blessing I can get. You betcha. Oh man. I wish I could have brought Bella down here like last year, but they've got a cable across, and they say no vehicles. Hey, look. What did old Humble just find? Where is it? There. There he is. Wild. I can't find my fingers. Ah, there. Wild denarius. I wonder what. I'll have to find out what the date of that is when I get home. Pretty cool. You never know, guys. You never know. Look in my pocket. How cool. Used to be you could call somebody for a dime. I don't know if they're worth anything anymore. Well, that's it for here. Take a look. It's huge. Compared to where I live, this land is effing huge. Absolutely huge. It's amazing how huge it is. coming down into off the tip hills into the huge sweeping valleys. It is totally amazing. Well, well, there's no way I could start the day with you guys and not let you know how it turned out. You didn't think for an instant it was going to back off, did you? Woohoo! I'm talking about, wow. It was amazing. All right, after I got done with the little preaching one, and I did the guitar playing one, I went and prayed that God would keep me safe and blessed and meet the people that He wants me to meet today. I released myself into His care. I abandoned myself in the Lord. So keep me safe, take me wherever you want to. Got my leathers on with my leathered pants, the new ones that I just got. They're starting to break in, so they even fit into this big bow tie. And all right, got on Bella. She started like a champ. Away I go. Where are we going, Lord? Well, head south. So I head down to south, and I thought, well, then I took the reins in my own hands, and I stopped at Steve George's house. He was frantically working on putting a new floor in his bedroom, laying out the tiles, and oh, the poor rascal. His hands are probably like this now. But that was a one-man job. I offered to help, but I realized you're just going to get in the way. You're not going to do it like he's going to do it, and then just get out of here. So I got back on Bella. I was going to head south. The Lord said, nope, take a left up the hill. Boom. So I head up the hill. Go straight up over the top of the hill on a Tisco Road, cross 20, down. Holy Spirit said, take your time. All right, take my time. I'm just pimping along, nice. I'm looking around. I'm starting to settle. I was too excited. I had to settle down. Settle your ass down. It's not a race to see how far you can go. Come back and get to the house, and then it's over. The joy is in the journey. All right. So I come down to the bottom of the road where Billy Powers used to have a girlfriend living in this house over here. And she was pretty cute too. He always went out with cute ones. Well, almost always. There was a couple of sweat hogs got involved here and there, but aside of that, they usually didn't last long. He had God rest his soul. Lo and behold, I got down to where I would really have to go left because you can't really go straight. So I went right. Right, figured it's going to take me to like Song Mountain Road, which it did eventually. But since it was Monday morning, at 8:45 maybe, the sky was perfect. The leaves were coming out on the trees, but yeah, you could still see through them enough to see the land underneath. It was absolutely gorgeous, and the big, beautiful dandelions. You could smell them. And the farmers were churning the dirt with their crawlers, and they smell the smell of the earth. Like when you were a child, you remembered the smell of the dirt. It smelled really cool, I thought. And so I end up on this little road that takes me between these ponds down near Song Mountain. And it's gorgeous. And I met this guy, talked with him for a while, but I think he got the creeps. And as soon as I realized he got the creeps, I said, thank you, have a nice day. Not everybody wants to. They don't know why the hell did this guy with a motorcycle and leathers pull up next to me, and he's talking to me and showing me pictures on his phone, and get out of here. That ain't the morning he wanted, so I did. I'm pimping along, and the Lord goes, all right, turn left. I turn left, it's a 35-mile zone, but going through this valley, oh, it's huge. Yeah, it's just beautiful. So I scoot along. I'm not going to take you on the entire journey because it's ridiculous. I mean, we'd be here for an hour telling you I turned right, I turned left, I did this, I did that. But basically, I ended up down at Homer. And from Homer, I ended up finding
41A, is it? I think it's 41A, and that is a trip through this sculptured rock ravine. It is back and forth, and Bella, she was cutting just like a knife through ice cream. Just perfect, beautiful, just easy to drive. It's just a fucking riot. Now, I'm not doing scripture so I can fuck it if I want to. I'm not doing this, you're gonna become Mr. fucking World Turd. I ain't doing it. So, huge blow me to anybody who thinks I am. I ain't gonna do it. Fuck it. There. But I had a fucking riot. There, all right. I get a $30 for every fuck I say. So I'm gonna end up a millionaire before the day is out. Here we go. So I'm scooting along and I'm having a wonderful time, and I end up really not doing it on purpose, but I end up pretty much on some of the places I went in Bella last year. And I even got some good footage of it. Nobody was filming me driving, but I end up by Wells College on Cayuga Lake. And I go down where I took Bella the last time, and I got a little bit of footage of that too. But they had a chain across, and there was one car parked, and I parked kind of behind the car, hopefully that they wouldn't just back up and destroy Bella. And nobody ever showed up, because I looked around, saw a couple of loons fly by. They were cool as fuck. I listened to the sound of them, made a short video, got in Bella, nobody harmed it, and she started up like a champ, and away I go. Just basically, it's so fucking beautiful. These old buildings from the 20s or even before, way back, just gorgeous, great big spires and rock, and just delightful. And by now, I've settled down enough. I'm not, gee, willikers. So I'm scooting along, and I go, Lord, where are we going? Well, Georgie, why don't you go back to the sweetgrass place? The marijuana store? I don't hear nothing else. I guess he didn't stutter. All right, we'll go there. So that's not in Aurora, but it's in Union Springs. I'm not sure what the name of the place is. Union something or other, I think. Well, anyway, I see the place, and it said open. All right. So I turn around, and I park, and it says, no parking between these signs. Well, what part of that don't I understand, even though there's a car parked there? Well, if you see 45 buffalo running over the cliff, you want to be the next one in line? No, I don't. I really don't. All right, cut from the hide, and I went through the back lot of a dealership for GM or whatever. Came out and I parked further up the road. But the people, including the police officer that was in there, he saw the bike, because obviously I was gonna park there, but I didn't. So I come to open the door opens, and it's this. Well, I don't know if you call him a police officer. Well, he certainly is a first responder, and he is definitely there to make sure nobody goes apeshit in the marijuana store. Which, if it was a whiskey store, you could see that there'd be gunfire and people getting their ass kicked left and right. But not in a marijuana store. If worst come to worst, you'll see some poor bastard fell asleep in the side of the fucking room like this, you know. Or he'd be laughing hysterically, or he'd be trying to find food. So anyway, I get to talking with that guy. I remembered him from last year, and we had a fucking riot. I was telling him about the banana that I found at Tops, and showing it to him, and he goes, "Oh, they're a bunch of perverts thinking you." And then look, I wrote you up for that, for a fucking banana. I said, "Yeah." He says, "Sons of bitches, this world is fucked up." I said, "I know, but Jesus is coming back." He goes, "Yeah, he is." And from there on, this little, I kind of call her a little girl. Now, she could have been 28 years old. I don't friggin' know. But all I know is she was slender, and she was extremely polite. And she had to be a certain age to work at a marijuana store. I mean, they ain't gonna let you in there at 14 or something, but I couldn't tell you she was a day over 14, but I can't tell you she wasn't 28 either. I don't know. I can't tell. And it didn't make any difference because she wanted to see the bike. So we asked the lady that owned the place, or the proprietor. She said, yeah, she can go out for a few minutes. What the hell? It ain't that busy, you know? So we went out. And she's looking at it. Oh, she's oogling and ogling. And I'm fucking loving that shit, you know? So I said, you want to sit on it? She goes, oh, I could sit on it. Yeah, but you see these legs? Bare naked legs? That thing touches the muffler that fast, you've got a welt. Oh, no. I said, let me touch it myself. So I touched the muffler. Now you're okay. I'll sit right down on it. And I'll get it back upright. She's holding the handle. She says, this is beautiful. I said, yeah. So we talk about for a little while. She's having the time of her life. She's so polite. The easiest, nicest person you could easily like, just because of the quality that their parents or whoever taught them to behave them fucking selves. She had it down pat. However old she was, I would be proud if I ever had a child that was as nice as her. She was a 45 on a 10 scale. Beautiful, nice girl. So we went in, and she was, obviously I showed my ID, and they said, yeah, you look like you're probably over 18. Yeah, by 60 years, almost. So anyway, we go in and we talk, and this other guy comes in, and he seemed to be a nice guy, stocky built, but nice, real nice. And we get talking, and I start telling the young girl, don't ever marry for sex. And he chimes right in, that's right, oh, you don't want to do that. Oh, God, that's a recipe for disaster. Absolute recipe for disaster. She's going, oh, but my boyfriend, well, he's a young lad, you know, whatever. But I'm telling you right now, if he doesn't love you for the sound of your voice and for your personality, he'll be humping somebody else after you get married. Men are like cats. They'll eat out of the trash, whether they're full or not. You know, that's the way they are. She says, oh, my goodness. I said, yeah, well, we got talking about Jesus and the Holy Spirit come down on us all. I'll tell you what, it was awesome. I was tingling like a bastard. This guy was going, whoa. He says, man, I can feel that. And she goes, I do too. And the proprietors must be watching us on camera. She's flipping the fuck out. She's flipping the fuck out. Even the security guard comes over and he's going, wow, I can feel it. What the fuck is going on? You guys, I don't smell anything in the air. I said, no, there ain't any. And I tell him about Jesus, and on the cross he was thinking of them, you know, and I almost got crying at one point. Man, anointing you could cut it was a freaking spatula, man. It was thick. And I talked to her about Jesus, and she said, well, I need to read the Bible more to make my decision. I said, you're absolutely right. You can't just go on my word or his. He goes, that's right. Just because you're sitting at a car dealership, don't make you a car. She said, oh, I understand, I think. And then I said, well, Humble, are you going to buy anything? I said, what do you got? What do you got? You got anything that actually tastes worth a shit, or is it all cat turds? She goes, or rabbit turds. She says, no rabbit turds, Humble. But you might like this, blue sushi. I said, what the fuck? I said, yeah, it smells good. How much is it? Now it's $40 for a wee bit. Ah, fuck, give me $80 worth. I don't know why I put that 100 in the wallet today. I go, I don't need this shit. Ah, fuck it. You're just taking up their time. You know, what the fuck? You got to put some money into the till. All right, fuck it. I'll come home, put it in the dresser drawer, and maybe next winter when it's colder than a bastard out and I'm sitting next to the wood stove going, I wonder what we're going to do next. I can puff some of that shit and fall sound asleep. Or whatever the fuck it makes you do. I hope it don't make you horny. Oh my God, that's the last thing I need. Cut to the chase. I said, one of these days I'll come back and I'll have the other seat on a bike. And if you'd like to go for a ride, you'd be the first person. Oh boy, I'd love to go for a ride on that motorcycle. Okay. Next time I come back, I'll bring it with the other seat on there, a sissy bar. And you just have to, well, just not get you caught into the fucking belt. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I go, what? She comes back with 2 little pouches. I said, no, well, can't we just have 1 pouch? She goes, well, all right. She goes back. That would fit in my pocket. I remember when having that shit in your pocket would send you to jail for 25 to life. 1 fucking seed. Parent! You just shot your whole life straight to hell. Fuck that. I smelled it. Wow. Fucking smells good. Well, we'll put it away. I don't want to fuck up this, what I've got going with the Lord. I didn't go there to get loaded. I ended up going there. And that guy turned out to be an ordained minister. He subbed to the channel. Bless Jesus. I just went up and subbed. I hugged the son of a gun too. Oh, he's a great big burly rugger. He gets a hold of you. He's got you. Well, that was awesome. I fucking loved it. I had the time of my life. And heck, I did stop for lunch. I forgot to tell you, before I got there, that was in Locke, New York. And lo and behold, I see this guy sitting. Oh, there was a different story. When I walked into the place, they looked at me like I was a fucking gunslinger in the old West. Well, leather and fucking whiskers and shit, all wind blown and covered with fucking bugs and what have you. I can see where they would be a little suspicious. But a couple of, hey, how you doing, guys? What the fuck, happy spring to you. Hey, how you doing over there? Oh, well, all right, I guess. Jesus is Lord. Oh, yeah, he is. That's right. Hey, this ain't an Iranian fucking flag on my back, so I think you should know I'm an American and I'm all for Trump. Yay! They all fucking went ape shit. Now I was in like Flynn. Okay, if there was any of those other liberal bastards, they kept their fucking mouth shut because they were definitely outnumbered at this stage of the game. So sure enough, I have breakfast and I get talking. This one guy, he looks fucking familiar. I go, dude, you look familiar. He said, you know what? I know you. He said, we went to church at Dave Smith's church. Yeah, I remember, that's you. He says, yeah. He says, boy, I remember the day you preached. I said, when I flipped the devil a bird? He said, yeah, all the women went nuts. I said, yeah, I remember it. This last time, wasn't it? Yeah, you got the right foot of fellowship. I sure as fuck did. Yeah, I guess you can't flip the fucking devil off. The church flips the fuck out. Well, be that as it may, it wasn't my calling. No man takes that calling upon himself, right? But at breakfast, well, actually it was lunch. I had lunch, and when I left, the guy was standing out there, and he goes, come here a minute. I said, what is it? I want to pray for you. Oh, shit, yeah. Took my headband off, right out in plain sight of everybody that was out there, with one person. He blessed me from the north to the south, to the east to the west. He put a blessing on me. I'll tell you, I just drank it in. Oh, keep pouring it in, keep pouring it in. Oh, yeah, I got room for this blessing. Oh, I got room for this. Yep, blessed me and blessed me and blessed me. And that's after I left there that I ended up in the Sweetgrass place in Union Springs, is it? Well, whatever, on Cayuga Lake. After I left there, I was so freaking excited from having the Holy Spirit fall on us all. Yeah, it's true. That I just drove gently all the way through to Auburn. Then I pimped through Auburn, slow as all, just cuts. Oh, this son of a bitchin' bike, I'll tell you, that thing's awesome. I was seeing, they have the potholes where you're going to do work on the sewer, you have the manhole covers. Well, they have some of them that are real close. That chopper winged inside and out of them with just like a salamander sliding down a fucking icy trail, if such a thing could happen. It was just fucking awesome. And then, of course, I came home and took a nice shower. Didn't have any ticks on me, praise Jesus. And I went and watched a little bit of YouTube. I watched Brian's channel. You bet your ass I did the whole thing. And it's real. I highly recommend you going there. Brian, it's I'm Awake, Are You? Because he digs into the things that are going on as far as the news. Hailstones the size of fucking pineapples and shit. And how fast the wind has to blow to keep that shit in the air, like 200 miles an hour up there. And now the planes are actually rerouting because of the jet stream is all different, and it's really strong. It's all driven by the sun, apparently. And he really goes into, I'm not going to butcher his channel by trying to tell you what all went on, but it was freaking awesome. Then I watched me play the guitar, and I listened to it, and I watched it, and I almost fell asleep. It just ministered to me. I was listening to it, and then I watched the one with Hopzilla, or no, not Hopzilla, Hotzilla, or whatever the fuck that was. And I watched all the preaching to it. And I realized I was so excited saying about what kind of a day I was looking forward to having. I thought, well, why don't you take a few minutes and tell the people how it actually turned out? No, it's 20 minutes after 6 at the evening, and it's fucking gorgeous outside. And I'm not tired at all. I had a wee bit, I did kind of break the fast. I had, as I say, lunch, I had a cheeseburger, and then I had a wee bit of food right now. But I do have to keep doing it because, as you can see, these fucking arms are starting to look like bricks. And my tits are starting not to look like an old washerwoman, you know? I don't need the, what do they call those things? Bowling ball tits that are pointing to the ground. No. That's for a fucking orangutan or some shit. I don't want none of that. So take a look at this. Oh, there's my little, I love that plant. Oh, you're such a sweetheart. Oh, Humble loves you. All right, now take a look out here. Oh, it's fucking beautiful. Well, it would be if it wasn't all the glare from everything, but the lake is way up. These things caught somewhere. All right. All right. Let's see what we got here. There, you might, I see the sparkles from the water. Isn't that beautiful? Well, that'll do it, guys. I don't know what else is. I want to play guitar now, but it's going to have to do for now. So I don't know what you call this, a selfie stick or a punji cord. I don't know what the fuck it is, but I've had a wonderful day. I don't know how it could get better. I'm just having a time of my life. See you on the next one.